From the tragic to the bizarre, here are a few more of the strangest sports deaths in history.
Let's dig into this.
Angelo Fausto Coppi was the cyclist after the Second World War, called the champion of champions. He won the Tour de France twice and the World Championship in 1953, along with at least 15 more international wins. He and several other cyclists were invited to Upper Volta, now called Burkina Faso, to race local cyclists and then go hunting.
He was extremely sick by the time he got home. Doctors treated for everything from bronchitis to yellow fever, but Coppi died on January 2nd of 1960. Malaria was listed as the cause.
In January of 2002, an Italian sports newspaper reported that a Benedictine monk called Brother Adrian had told a member of the Italian National Olympics Committee Coppi had been murdered with a poison as revenge for the death of a cyclist from the Congo who had been edged off the track and crashed in the late 1950s.
Sonny Liston was the world heavyweight boxing champion in 1962 after knocking out the great Floyd Patterson in the first round. His career record in 54 fights is 50 wins, 39 by knockout. But by 1970, his reputation was in the gutter after being knocked out in the first round by Ali, who was then called Cassius Clay, in their second fight in 1965. Most folks thought he took a dive.
On January 5th, 1971, Liston's wife returned to their Las Vegas home and found Sonny dead in the bedroom, next to a broken bench on the floor. The police reported no signs of foul play and said his death was due to a heroin overdose. The coroner reported there was traces of heroin in Liston's system, but not enough to kill him. The official cause was listed as congestion and heart failure.
But the first officers on the scene had reported there was no paraphernalia found, even though heroin was reportedly found in the kitchen, and close friends said Liston didn't use drugs, being deathly afraid of needles.
Several of Liston's close friends believed he was murdered after he had spent several years working as a strongman for the Las Vegas mob.
Vitas Gerulaitis was a hugely popular tennis player, winning 26 titles including Wimbledon in his career and working as an expert commentator for the USA Network after his retirement. In the early fall of 1987, he was staying in the guest house of a friend in Southampton, New York. A maid found him dead on the morning of September 17th.
His death had been caused by carbon monoxide poisoning after an exhaust from the nearby swimming pool gas heater was pumped into his room by the air conditioner, suffocating him while he watched TV. The unit had recently been serviced, and the technician and the company he worked for were charged with negligent homicide. While they were acquitted, civil cases regarding Gerulaitis' death weren't settled until 2002.
In October of 1998, the village of Bena Tashidi in the Central African nation of Congo was hosting a soccer match against the team of a nearby village. It was a 1-1 tie when lightning struck the field, killing every member of the Bena Tashidi team and injuring over 30 spectators. The opposing team suffered no injuries.
Investigators determined the lightning strike was conjured by a supporter of the other team using witchcraft. It is the only known instance of an entire sports team dying on the field.
Payne Stewart was a pro golfer who had won 11 PGA Tour events, including 3 major championships. He had also played on 5 Ryder Cup teams and 3 World Cup teams by the fall of 1999. He was popular with the fans due to his attire and his love of the game.
On October 25, 1999, Stewart and 3 others boarded a Learjet at Orlando, Florida to fly to the Tour Championship at Champions Golf Club in Houston, Texas. Within a short time of takeoff, every news outlet in the U.S. was following his flight, as it had gone off course and didn't answer radio calls. The plane was intercepted 3 times by F-16s trying to determine what was happening. No one saw any movement from the dark cockpit or received any sign they had been seen.
The plane flew on autopilot until it ran out of fuel 3 hours and 54 minutes later, crashing in a field in South Dakota and leaving a 42-foot-long, 8-foot-deep crater. The NTSB would later report that the plane had never pressurized, and all on board were incapacitated by hypoxia or a lack of oxygen before they even left Florida airspace.
The International Olympic Committee had been working to make Olympic events more exciting, and before the 2010 Olympic Games in Vancouver, athletes were complaining loudly. Specifically, the Whistler Sliding Center, ready to host the luge, skeleton, and bobsled events, along with the ski hill and the skating rink, were all reportedly too fast and unsafe according to athletes.
The Whistler track was so fast that many athletes practicing were breaking records and crashing. And just 2 days before the opening ceremony, a luge competitor from the Republic of Georgia, who had been in the sport for more than 7 years, took his fifth practice run after telling his father he was uncomfortable with the track. As he reached the 16th curve, nicknamed Thunderbird, he was going nearly 90 miles an hour.
His luge slid on the huge curve, and he tried to put a hand and foot out to try to slow his run. His luge upended, sending him over the wall and then up over the lip of the track straight into two support poles. He received massive injuries to his head and torso and was pronounced dead at the hospital a short time later.
Olympic organizers claimed the accident was the result of the athlete's inexperience and had nothing to do with the complaints about the track itself, although they did move the start line down, alter the Thunderbird turn, and cover the supports with padding. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hey, here's another DragonDen video you might like.
And if you like this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button.
And you can hit the notification bell if you'd like to know when our videos come out.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.